stupid.
Yo, 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 what's going on, great people in all of the great land? You know who it is. Your favorite fantasy football homeboys in the building, getting ready to break it down. John, hey, say what's up to the great people.
What up? What up? Happy still week 15, as we are on the back end of things. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit like I got some nervous energy tonight, man. I got a lot of things riding tonight.
You had nervous energy.
Oh man, I got so much nervous energy tonight.
Boy.
Yeah. Oh well, I mean, obviously, Big Ben retirement tonight. I got one league where I don't need Jalen Warren to do anything. I got another league where I don't need Kenny Gainwell to do anything tonight. Hopefully Devon Achane fumbles the ball 2 times and decides that his ribs really hurt really bad. Otherwise, Nick Wilcox gets the win. It's yeah, man. It's yeah. And then I got our Fans Classic qualifier, bro. Justin Jefferson, like, man, what great call with Jalen Naylor last night, though, huh? That was a good call.
Definitely, we were both on that.
Yeah,
both on that for sure.
Definitely a good call.
Got a little coin based off that.
Yeah.
Called by both of us.
Yeah, Jalen Naylor. Yeah. So, no, man, happy Monday to everybody, man. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Hope everybody's had a great start to their week. We're about to break it down for you, yo. It's about to be. We're entering week 16. Going to finish up week 15 tonight between the Steelers and the Dolphins. We're gonna break that down later for you. Got a showdown and also the next prop shop. You already know what it is. If your first time been here, or you ain't been here in a while, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. It helps your favorite fantasy football homeboys out and the best tag team in all the fantasy football land out here. So definitely show us the love. If you're on X, please hop on over to YouTube. Show us that love. We'd really appreciate it. If you're on Facebook, same thing. Appreciate the love from all our family and friends and all the people that believe in us on a weekly basis. So we're going to break this thing down, and we're not going to waste any time. As, couple of things we just got to address as we enter week 16, the waiver wire edition. QBs are below in the ticker. Look, like, Mahomes being injured absolutely was just like the nail in the coffin, literally, of the Chiefs' playoff hopes in season. Gardner Minshew on the list, and that's somewhere that you can, if you're desperate for QB right now, or if you're in a super flex league, especially if Mahomes went down, like, he's someone that obviously is there. Following names, I mean, look, I doubt Trevor Lawrence is around, but he's still there. We put him there anyway because of what his performance was. 6 total touchdowns this past week for your boy Trevor Lawrence. He's still being disrespected. Still available in 46% of sleeper leagues, dude. Like, want to take the floor on this one?
Yeah, absolutely. I will. Obviously,
you got to clear your throat.
Listen, if you've been watching, for the last month, I've been saying Trevor Lawrence is he's a QB1. And I think now, like, after last week, man, that's 5 straight QB1 finishes for him. Yep, last week, obviously, or this week, number 1 QB overall. Yeah, man, like, it's starting to look like he might be the guy that takes your team to the promised land potentially, or got you there, with all due respect. And that's not what we were thinking. They got the Broncos next week. But again, like if you've been playing him, he got you to where you need to be at, right? And like the one thing, like I've been saying since the playoffs have started, you got to treat this like DFS now. So even though, like, he may be available out there, like, if you have, better options out there at the quarterback position, and again, this is going to sound absolutely asinine to say, but, like, if you got a guy like Kirk Cousins going against the Cardinals, that's a pretty solid matchup. You know what I mean? Like that's versus going against the Denver Broncos defense. So, but yeah, man, I'm was super pumped about Trevor Lawrence. Almost had a takedown yesterday with him at quarterback. I know, man. I know.
Supposed to do it for the brand.
Oh man. You know what, dude? Listen, bro.
Forget your pockets. Supposed to do it for the brand.
Man, listen. The one thing like I definitely have like taken away like from this year is like, man, the field is definitely a lot sharper, for sure than they have been in the past, man. And I've been playing DFS, man, like religiously probably for the last 9 years, and I would say probably this year has probably been the most difficult year just because the field is that sharp. But yeah, man, that's where I'm going is in that space with him outside of Kirk Cousins, because I know typically we always are like, all right, hey, like who's the player that like we would want to have to play. I know that's always like one of the big questions. Like I said, Kirk Cousins is really the guy that really kind of jumps out. Maybe even a JJ McCarthy. Like maybe you could do that. Like he finished at QB7 on the week so far. Like that's not a bad play. They play the Giants next week. So like that's a pretty good place to kind of be hanging out at for sure. But yeah, man. Otherwise than that, the rest of this group, man, Marcus Mariota, he's got the Philadelphia Eagles. So I know that's a place where maybe some people might go just because of the mobility and things like that right there. If you have Jacoby Brisket, that's still a good situation, a great situation in his space. The Raiders, man, the Raiders are a shit show, so we didn't put anybody up there, for them in that respect. And then, the other guy I'll talk about too briefly is Bryce Young against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's like to say it's a glow up spot for him against Tampa. So he does have a history of playing big down the stretch. So maybe it's a nice glow up spot for him, man. But Kirk Cousins is the guy, honestly, on this list that I'm the most intrigued by, just from like a game script perspective, going into next week.
Okay, I'm not mad at you on that. I think it's definitely a list that I'm like, well, you could go for the somewhat safe side, or you go for someone that could give you something, but you have no idea what that's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So the people I'm talking about in this equation, I think if he's out there, because I feel like he definitely still is out there. Like CJ Stroud is obviously the guy for me when it comes to like safety and the matchup, right? Still available in 59% of sleeper leagues, 260 through the air, 3 touchdowns. Like I'd say, Arizona defense that we literally nailed down to the T when talking about it yesterday. Again, they play a ton of cover 4, so keep that in mind. And overall, like, yeah, that was natural. But that being said, like, look, with CJ Stroud, you always want him at home. You always want to take him more at home in matchups like this, and then with Vegas, like,
yeah.
Maybe Geno plays and makes this more of a game. But honestly, like CJ Stroud, if you're gonna get 20-something points from CJ Stroud, he's QB8 so far this week. He's the one that if he's out there, I want to plug and start this week for the matchup and also potential ceiling upside too. The other guy, mystery box, but he's been pretty solid throughout his whole career. Whenever given opportunities to kind of spot start, and I'm talking about Gardner Minshew. So Gardner for me, like he's someone that again, like he's one of again. I put him in the same sentence as like a Mac Jones or, like some of these other guys that are journeymen in the league that can just come in, be professional, can run the decent offense, has decent weapons. And remember those Jacksonville days? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like some of those mixed in with the Indianapolis days, like, just again, he's been around the league. He knows exactly what to do. Now he gets a match against Tennessee, which again, we talked about it, has been the worst defense in general since week 7. They are literally atrocious. So those are just based on matchups for sure, because now it gets down to the nitty-gritty. Like, now it's kind of like, do you play who got you there in a way, or you play the matchups? So sometimes you just have to play the matchups. And if you're in a pickle right now in this spot for QB, I think those are the options, I think, for me. Outside the obvious, even Trevor Lawrence in a spot like this against Denver.
Yeah. Not sexy. Not sexy.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, could he pull it off one more time? Sure. But
yeah,
I don't know, like hanging in the balance like this.
It's crazy to think though, man, right? Like here we are like week 16 and you just kind of, for me, like one of the big things for me has just been like reflection on the year and it's like who would have thought in week 16 we'd be sitting here talking about Gardner Minshew, Phillip Rivers, Kirk Cousins, Marcus Mariota. Like who would have thought that like that's the space we'd be in, man.
It's also honestly though, like if you really think about it, I think oh boy. We'll get to that one later. When you think about it, right? The NFL has had a problem with just keeping backup quarterbacks like consistently behind their option number ones, right? You go back to the days in Green Bay where you had Aaron Rodgers and you drafted Jordan Love, a guy who was going to eventually take over, but you also still had a safety and backup plan for insurance. Like, I just feel like some of these franchises these days, like they don't really have that enough. So that's where they kind of like Indianapolis, they're literally scrambling to have the situation that they had. So to be fair, yeah, did you expect Daniel Jones to get hurt, whatever? No, it's like, but again, even third string quarterbacks, like again, you have a solid backup, but even third string quarterbacks aren't really valued like they used to. Most rosters in a way kind of carry just 2 QBs and that's pretty much it. So
yeah, but I mean, like the Colts, but you think about the Colts though, right? Like you got AR there, like nobody expected him to run into somebody in pregame warmups and break his orbital bone. And then Kirk Cousins, like, let's be real, like they paid this man $40 million to go be the starter, and then they drafted a quarterback. You know what I mean? And so right. So I think like. There's a like, and for Kansas City, like honestly, like you mentioned, man, like that's not a bad call at all with Gardner Minshew, man, like for sure, especially the matchup. Like actually, I do like that one. I do like that matchup, and actually, I think I might actually agree with you. I might move him past Kirk Cousins now, like as I got a chance to just kind of sit here and process that right there, just with what he's got out there on the field. But and then like Mariota, like I mean. Of course, nobody expects JD5 to go down, which obviously now, like, he's shut down for the season as that news comes out. So, I mean, like, a couple of these teams, man, I'll give them a pass. But, like, the Kansas City Chiefs, like, you got a Super Bowl window. And, like, Gardner Minshew he's a starting – he has been a starting quarterback in the league before.
No, he's a prime example of what you probably should still have.
Yeah, like, so I'll give them a pass, man. But, yeah, it's just a weird year, bro. Like, and I think we say that,
injuries,
we say that all the time.
We go back to preseason, don't we?
Bring back preseason, baby. I told you.
Preseason, like
bring back preseason. Bring back preseason.
Ridiculous show. Gonna holler to Haywood in the chat because he's been patiently waiting. He said, "Shout out to you for the double up last night. Putting your little money where your mouth is." Religious since 2007 for DFS show.
Yeah, I hear you, brother. I hear you.
Oh man, yo. What?
Bro, I was thinking the same thing when you started on like
goodness.
Yeah, when he started on the testify look, I was like, go ahead, hit him with it.
Guys are hilarious, yo. Like, I can't. I appreciate it. But
oh shoot.
To the running backs we go. And bruh. This is it's just that time of the year, like where we're just gonna be talking about some weird names. We might be a week or two ahead of this. Talk about the gross names, because as you know, as the season gets towards its conclusion of the regular season, more names are gonna pop up from either past experiences, aka Audrey Estimé, or literally I'm saying you're gonna rely on an unknown player. Like, we got to find out what's going on with Woody Marks. He's day to day right now, but Jawar Jordan, Louisville's finest, baby. Man, he looked really good out there.
He did.
And then JCM Bill got his opportunity to start, and look what he did out there. So, I mean, obviously Jalen Wright's on this list, but also it's like / Ollie Gordon, because we don't really know what Achan's capacity is going to be tonight. I assume that they're still going to give Achan a nice solid workload, but I'm not expecting a full-blown workload, unless, again, like, you got to look at the game and see how it goes. But I think there's still going to be times where Jalen Wright can still, I think, have his, and also Ollie Gordon can mix in. just keep Achane fresh, use him more in the pass game, maybe if anything else. But yeah, Devin Neal going down with injury. That promoted to Audric Estime to come out the shadows. Can't believe we have two, one still a Bronco, the other one former Bronco on this list. And then Michael Carter is someone that, Zonovan Knight, that looked bad, by the way.
Yeah, it is bad.
It's just bad. Rain, so definitely probably miss this upcoming week for sure. So he's someone that probably out of all the guys here based on opportunity, Michael Carter is not your average run between the tackles type of guy. He can be a little bit of a guy that could potentially take over the whole thing. But obviously, DeMar Carter, we got to find out his status too. But yeah, if you're relying on any of these guys, I just want to say, I'll say Devin Neal and Blake Corum. Good luck,
bro. Well, I told you about my in one of my leagues, man.
Yep. Go ahead and explain your class.
Devin Neal and RJ Harvey, man. Both of them went down.
Wait, Harvey went down to injury too?
He left. He left. I think it was ribs. I think he left later on, or either it was after the game. Something in that same space. I stopped watching once we got on. But he had a rib deal. Plus he had the fumble too, so he's probably still in the doghouse. So him and then
weird fumble though. It was what the heck?
Then I dropped
Bill was down all of a sudden and oh no, it's fumble.
Yeah, no, then I dropped Bill 2 weeks ago because it's all right, Rodriguez. And now here I am now getting ready to go into the playoffs against last year's former champ. So this is a keeper league. It's an auction keeper league. So I'm going against former champ, of course, you know what I mean? Because how do you spell luck? Not Johnny Bain. That's not how you spell luck. That's not how you spell luck. So I'm in a very tough predicament, man, in that space. But as far as the running backs here, I think Jawar Jordan, man, like we talked about, the Texans are in a pretty good space against the Raiders. So that seems like a really solid play. Blake Corum has no business still being out there on waivers. If he is, you need to go get him. I think it's just as simple as that. And then obviously the Christian McCaffrey scare, man, that news popped up. And that's scary for anybody that has CMC. But even in respect to all that, Brian Robinson Jr. should have been on somebody's roster anyway.
He should have been stashed.
He should have been stashed a long time ago.
Yep.
Audric Estime, man, if there's no Devin Neal, man, they got your boys. They got the Jets, fresh off giving up the world to the Texans, along with firing was it Wilkes today, man, defensive coordinator. Yeah. I mean, we can get him out of here, but I don't know how big of a difference it makes. And then, like I said, man, this Arizona Atlanta game, man, early looks, man. Feels like this should be a game. There should be a lot of points that should be scored in this game. Here you got two teams, really, man, that playing for nothing but pride. At this point, I think obviously Arizona, we know what their story is, man. They're bad on defense, and it's been fantasy fun for them. The Falcons feels like they actually are a little bit better, so it should be interesting to see how that all shakes out, man. But if I had to take a name off of this list at this point, man, it feels like Audric Estime and Jawar Jordan, man. This is crazy where we're at right now, man. Because I'm gonna assume Blake Corum is gone in most leagues, is what I'm gonna assume, man. If he's not, then he's definitely the play. But because the Commanders, they got the Eagles this week, man. You know what I mean? And maybe the Eagles can be had, but it's not the same Commanders team without JD5. I think we all know that. So, man, this is again, did not bank on this group of guys here is who we would be hoping for coming down the stretch, man. And some of these guys like Bill running back 13 on the week, you know what I mean? So that's good. Jawar Jordan, running back 15. 44% snap share. And I think he's probably the safest play, man. Because Woody Marks, we already know what it is, man. We know he's gonna get hurt. He's gonna get hurt. We know that. So there's built-in carries for him, man. I'm gonna stop front, man. That's the best play for sure.
I don't know. It's a split situation, but I would, if I really had a desperation flex here, Tyrone Tracy. I like what
if he's there, if he's there,
past week,
yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like,
if he's there,
you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, we'll see. I know he's still available in about, he's.
I was about to say if he's there,
If
he's probably gone.
Yeah, he probably is. But okay,
Yeah.
scratch that. But I think you're probably right. I mean, look, like Blake Corum should be on roster. He's still available in 41% of sleeper leagues. So there's that. He gets a match against Seattle, so that's like, who knows how that's gonna go.
Yeah.
But so that's a bad matchup. But as far as everybody else on this list, I mean, Michael Carter is someone I'm thinking about, as in maybe he may not go as high dollar, it may not be as high of a claim this week. And just kind of seeing how everything shakes out. That probably will be someone I would be if I'm in a spot. You know, luckily for me, I don't have to be starting any of these guys. Like, I have the luxury of that because I went robust RB this year in drafts. So, pat myself on the back on that one.
I'll give you that
luckily,
one.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just worked out. Like, so,
I'll give you that.
But I'll say, you know, I mean, look, I said, if you're in a pinch, like, could there be because again, like, the Eagles, man, they really like found a way to kind of really go up before, like, pretty much like the fourth quarter, all the backups were in. So in a world where if they do that against the Commanders, Tank, like, you know, could be someone that I would just pick him up after waivers, and just stash him, because you don't know how everything's going to shake out in some ways, but he's someone that after, like you were saying, I think Audric Estime, if he gets to start, he's someone I would want because you're getting the starter volume. But Michael Carter is probably second on my list, and then probably Tank Bigsby, because I still believe in Tank Bigsby. I think they still want to utilize him in a little bit, but not obviously overly, because they don't want to overwork Barkley down the stretch. So it's just something that, just got to keep mind of. You don't have to spend any money or fab really on the situation. You just got to wait till after waivers are done, and then there's someone you can still drop. I would pick up Tank Bigsby. But yeah, look, devastating injury this week. An old man Smithers quarterback. May the strong survive is right, literally.
You ain't lying, man. You ain't lying. This is like, God, it is so bad, man. So bad.
Yep. Just like we all predicted.
And then not only is it like so bad from like just like the actual like injury aspect of like running back, but then like the domino effect of like running back and the injuries that are there, like for all of those guys, man. Like JT did he got a heavy workload, but it's like they're all breaking down, coming down. He ain't, but like McCaffrey's breaking down, coming down the stretch. A10, they're all breaking down, man. Like they're all breaking. Javonte last night, he was in and out. Bucky's just finally getting back out, man. Only guy that ain't. The only two guys that ain't breaking down right now. I'll throw these names. Well, two names I'll throw out there for you that ain't breaking down. And this is just hilarious. Old man Derrick Henry and James, I want my money cooked. Crazy, bro.
I'll take that one.
Crazy.
I'll take that one. Look, it's fine. It's not a big deal. This is what it is. You can't hit them on. You can't, get them all.
No, but like it's just like and I mean we've been here before. Like we know, like this is
Brian.
Just refer to it as DFS, man, because this is what happens: is these players get you all the way here, and they're like, "All right, we done our job." Like that's it. Like that's the end of it, man. So it's man, golly,
receivers are here, and I just want to give a special shout out to my guy Jaden Reed, yo. Like I didn't think, but like, man, he got banged up right before the season, and I had him in at least like a ton of best ball. And I'm like, no, why? Yeah. But hey, hopefully he can finish strong for us to have him. He's still available in a ton of percent of leagues. Like, and obviously the Christian Watson news, like I didn't see him. I don't think I saw much of an update with him, but I know it was like a shoulder injury or potential collarbone, something like that. But that's something that if he is going to miss at least this week, like I think Jaden Reed's someone that we need to keep. We need to look at waivers and double check to see if he's available. So that's probably one of the guys that favoritism wise would make sense to pick up. Adonai Mitchell, if he's still out there, that'd makes some sense. I've talked about Devon Bailey. You thought I was crazy.
Still do. No one, like, still do. Still do.
He should still do. Like, come on, man. You're a tough customer sometimes, man. You're a tough customer.
I know.
You're in sales. I know. It's because he's in sales, folks.
I ain't in sales.
But nah, both of him and Olave got theirs this past week. So, you know what I mean? So if you're telling me also Neal's out as well, talking about a Jets team they get this week. You know, it's something that, you know, I think Devon Bailey deserves to be on the radar. You know, I mean, it's just, you know, Jaden Higgins, like, you know, we're waiting for the big game, but it's been Nico Collins just doing his thing. And then Luther Burden, I know, is day to day, I think, right now. So, how can I forget? How can I forget my guy? The Coke Man, Jalen Coker. 4 catches, 60 yards, and a touchdown this past week. For those that were patient, for those that stashed him, you're welcome. But that being said, those would be my people. Be Reed, Coker, and then probably Vele. Obviously Adnan Mitchell's there too. But yeah, that would be pretty much it. Like, Shamir DK, man, ruined me, by the way, this past week. Like, the matchup was so there. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So, that was the burn of the week. But Johnny, who you like?
Like, one guy I definitely want to call out, as odd as this is, and I'm not even like a fan by any stretch, but like Isaiah Williams, man, 2 weeks back to back, man. You know, he wide receiver 3 territory, so flex territory, man. I think like that's yeah, he's definitely available for sure. Obviously, I know him and Mitchie are the same team, and I think like the Jets are going to be playing in like a lot of games the remainder of the year. That just game script it's like they're finding out what they got like at this point, right? I agree with you with Jaden Reed. I've been on record for not being a huge Jaden Reed guy. Christian Watson has always been my guy. Like, you know what I mean, as far as like the Packers go. And
now it's time for Jaden Reed to shine, baby.
Yeah, it was a chest injury for Christian Watson, by the way.
Okay.
So like don't know a lot about him moving forward, but even if not, man, like he's still been really productive, like since he's come back. So like that's a really good space to be at for sure. Yeah, man, and like Devon Vele, I'm like, like and like he's done some things that have been okay. He's done some things that have been okay for sure. And I think like if anything, I think Tyler Shuck is he's starting to kind of progress nicely. And there's still something to play for those guys. So like, is he gonna make my roster? Probably not, because in most leagues he's probably already picked up. He did make my player pool this week in DFS, just for the record. So like I'm coming along, man. You know, I'm a grumpy old man, and you know, it's hard for me to move in my ways with certain things. But yeah, Jaden Reed is definitely the guy for me. Jalen Coker, I do have him in a couple leagues. I've got him. You know, so Jaden Reed, Jalen Coker, and then I like honestly, I would say, I know everybody's going to want to say Luther Burden or Isaiah Williams. Isaiah Williams is just, he's the guy that's going to be available for you, like at this point. And he's been on the field. So like he's played over 50% of snaps over the last 2 weeks. So yeah, man. And he had 7 targets. Week 14, he only had 3 targets for sure. But I mean, last week, obviously with the quarterback change to 7 targets, I think that says a lot. I think that's one of the things you can definitely think about anytime there's a quarterback change in receivers, just kind of the chemistry they have. Like, because I would imagine there's probably some kind of scout team chemistry that's there with the 2 of those guys. So I don't mind him this week, man. I'll say if he's out there, go get him. If nothing else, man, just to have him. Because now at this point, whether it's the consolation bracket or whether it's obviously going to the chip next week, you know, you're going to need the best players available. So.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
I love that. But yeah, I mean, look, that's what we stick in our claim on for sure. Like, it's just, yeah, you got to go out there. And then even if you think that your opponent might go try to get him, try to stash him just in case. Tight ends we go. Yeah, look, if Kobe Parkinson, man, if you didn't listen to me the previous week, and if you didn't read the article, like he was there. But yeah, look, Isaiah Likely, what a bum, and I don't think it's really because of him. Damn straight. Lamar only threw the ball 12 times. Lamar threw the ball 12 times. 12. Not 6, 7. 12. 12 times. Yeah. Pull all the hair out that we have left. But that being said, like, yeah, look, Isaiah Likely, Schultz is here. Theo Johnson, though, like, came through for people that started him in a pinch. Gesicki, like, he was solid. We'll wait for Darren Waller on Monday night. Of course, Gunnar Helm the week after we played him in DFS did a nice job this past week. Of course, it's how we designed it, right? And if you're desperate, Dawson Knox is here. Like, for whatever reason, he's always had a solid chemistry with Josh Allen. But again, with Buffalo's weapons, it's like if you don't have, it's hard to really rely on the Buffalo weapons outside of Josh Allen and James Cook on a weekly basis. So, again, if you're in a pinch, good luck. But then Ben Simmons also on this list because the opportunities down the stretch, because Washington should give a bit more to the younger guys, a bit more looks as well. So that's what I got for the tight ends here. AJ Barner, man, like I still believe in him in terms of how he could still be utilized, but sometimes Seattle, man, all they do is like, it's the run game and then JSN and then nobody else sometimes. So
yeah, that's all they do.
Situation.
That's all they do is run it, man. That's it.
Yep. That's all they do is run it.
Yeah. No, man, it's kind of obviously, man, tight end is one of the more complicated spaces to be in, man, like on a week to week basis for sure. So I look at it like this group of guys here. I mean, it probably is going to be Kobe, like for sure. Like I definitely think that's it. Dalton Schultz is a close second for me, man. Like you mentioned, CJ Stroud, and I think like it's just. And again, like this is the thing, man. Like it's not like they're not overwhelming numbers like from CJ Stroud, like as a quarterback. I think he's just been more efficient. Is really what it's boiled down to, and he's obviously also had like some really, some really favorable matchups. But I think too, also like knowing what he's got on the other side of the field, with him as far as like that defense, like hey man, like he can take a couple risks here and there, but like I think Dalton Schultz is a guy that like I look at and is very interesting on this list. If he's still out there, I don't know how. It's not consistent, but like when is tight end ever consistent, right? But looks like over the last 6 weeks, man, or 7 weeks, he's had like five top 12 finishes over that span. So like if you're telling me you can get a guy in that space out there on the waiver wire at the tight end position, I would definitely take it, especially given what, like, if you happen to be in the playoffs, you have Brock Bowers by some stretch of the imagination, like, this is another guy that, like, you can roll to. Travis Kelce now, like, it'll be interesting to see how things play, like, if he's still in that space. Even guys like Arondé Gadsden. It's tight end is very interesting right now. But I think Dalton Schultz has put together, like, a really nice body of work over the second half of the season. So he's the preferred option for me on this list. And I know that's probably like an easy out. Kobe Parkinson, man, like like I said, I was giving you some shit earlier, man. We talked about him on Sunday Night Football when they were playing the Bucs that week. I did go out and grab him in a couple of spaces. I did go out and grab him in a couple of spaces. Listen, man, I like to say, man, I can be stubborn very, very, very often. Yeah, but I'm not dumb, but I can be stubborn. And like that was just a good call, like on your part for sure, man. Like with Kobe Parkinson, and then Ben Sinnott, man. Like this is what dynasty owners have been waiting for. Like a couple years ago, people were ready to move him into Zach Ertz territory, and now like Zach Ertz, obviously, we know he's probably not going to be around. Period. Is the reality of the situation. And then followed by Theo Johnson. I think that's a good call, man. Dawson Knox, man, if you really, really are in a pinch, I know you were just talking about how like they can't be trusted and stuff, man. But like the one thing that's really starting to like catch my eye, man. I don't even know what the stat is, but I know it's got to be crazy because I've obviously been watching this like real time. I wonder how many touchdowns Josh Allen has thrown to the tight ends over the last month and a half. Because whether it's Dawson Knox, I can't remember the other kids' names, like Helms or Elms or something, and then obviously Dalton Kincaid. Like I would imagine
Jackson Hawes.
Yeah, that's it. Jackson Hawes, that's who it is. I would imagine it's no, appreciate you. That's why I said I defer to you in the tight end space, man. But like I would imagine like a lot of that volume has gone to the tight end. So like if you find yourself in a situation where there's just not a lot of options available, I would say like Dawson Knox, and plus obviously he just had the baby. Shout out. He's from Tennessee too, by the way, man. Yeah, like I don't mind him if you were in like an absolute Hail Mary desperate situation. If you're looking, for a tight end, you could definitely go there because the Bills, who do they got this week? The Browns. They got the Browns this week. So never know.
Yeah, you don't. You never know.
Sometimes you know, sometimes you never know, sometimes you don't know. So,
That's exactly it.
Yeah, I mean, dude, like actually, here it is. Back-to-back weeks for Dawson Knox.
Yeah.
Tight end 5 and tight end 7.
Yeah, because we get a touchdown and then a couple more catches. You're in there. You're in there like swimwear.
Yeah. Like I said, man, could do worse.
Yeah, really could be. So, I mean, yeah, like I said, it's not the craziest spot to go out if you want to go grab him. Like, it's fine by me. Buffalo got to keep on winning. So,
yeah, I mean, if you just look at like the obviously like the receivers, like there's just not. It's just not, dude. Like,
not enough juice at all,
bro. Like, like this is wild what I'm about to say, but I'm gonna say it anyway because it needs to be said. Like, on what planet would you ever think you'd be looking at and go, Dawson Knox, Justin Jefferson? Like, that's wild, bro. That is wild. That's wild. But that's wild though, man, right? Like, that's insanity. Dude. Insanity. And then you want to talk about somebody else that like we hadn't talked about in a while. Since obviously like we're done, like, in this space, is like, dude, what about George Pickens? That mofo done went AWOL all of a sudden. He done went full-blown George Pickens. I ain't going to go on a rant yet, but like he went full-blown George Pickens. Again, he went full-blown George Pickens, bro. Like, man, I'm like, what is happening, man? Like, this is wild. So like, yeah, and then like I think it was Jason Myers I seen, like there was a stat that was up that like he had more points than like Quinshon Judkins, Justin Jefferson. There was like a handful of, like, literally like he had more points than all of these guys in the first round of your fantasy playoffs. And it's like, if you're like, yeah, like, I mean, if you're still playing with kickers, like, God bless you, you know what I mean? Like, but jeez, man, God.
We don't need any kicks tonight, all right? We don't need any of those.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the bars, you know what it is, baby. The bars, you know what I mean? The best, everybody talking about all these other kickers.
Just make sure you just make extra points tonight. That's all I ask for.
Who, the bars?
Room for extra points tonight.
Oh, shit. Shit. All right, man. I got us here, man, for this showdown here. We're actually doing pretty good, man. I can't believe we got as much time as we do.
Yep. Yeah, we do.
We got,
wow, yeah, we're ahead of schedule. All right,
way ahead of schedule. You know why, baby? Got to get on that couch, baby. Got to get ready to see Big Ben get inducted into the Pittsburgh Steelers Hall of Fame. Him, Pounce, Jay Peasy. A bunch of funny stories about Joey Porter, man. Like Joey Porter Sr. He was hilarious. He was like, yeah, man, my kids were like, when he went to Miami, he's like, his kids were like, do we have to go to the game? Do we have to go to the game? He was like, this is the first time ever. He was like, I've never had anybody like waiting for me like after the game was over with. I was like, that's hilarious.
I've never had anyone waiting for me after the game.
I was like, that's hilarious, man. That's hilarious.
That's wild.
Oh, man. So So showdown. So I hate the showdown slate for a couple of different reasons. The first reason why I hate this showdown slate is because, of course, it seems overwhelming and obvious that Devon Achane should be the captain tonight. So, of course, it seems like that. And Pittsburgh has flat out Pittsburghed it all year long. And it's like, oh, well, this is a game that, the Miami Dolphins and Tua and under 40. This feels like a game that the Steelers would go out and crap down their leg on, is really what this feels like.
No, actually, it's the opposite.
It feels like, and I'm still going to take the Steelers to win, obviously. But this is like, these are like classic Pittsburgh Steeler, like Mike Tomlin, like letdowns. I will say for sure. The
last time you called that, we were talking about the Cincinnati game the first time around. So.
Yeah, but there's the positive to that I will say is that the Steelers since week 11 they've only been allowing 186 yards in passing. That's from them being at 269 yards from weeks 1 through 10, which was the most in the NFL. So I will say that, and I also think as well, this is also a spot where, like Tua's not very mobile, and even without T.J. Watt tonight, like they still have really good pass rushers, man. So that's just the pessimist side of me. The optimist side of me tonight says that like this defense shows up tonight, they get after Tua. They are able to stop the run in some respect and in some capacity with Devon Achane. I think after seeing the way James Cook handled things, like in knowing that like this is the only offense the Dolphins have is 28 really. I think they give up some yardage in the passing game tonight, obviously. But like I think the Steelers handle business tonight. So I got a couple of thoughts, and like obviously we have enough time to kind of walk through this now. Yeah. So Achane, I think, is the overwhelming favorite to be in the captain slot tonight. Yeah, like he's the overwhelming favorite. Yeah, he's the overwhelming favorite for sure. However, I think there's a couple of other.
I honestly think though, like, you think Jalen Warren's good to go?
There's a guy I follow on X, and he said he was Tyler Har or something. Oh, Nick, that's his name.
Funny enough, smart people out there named Nick, huh?
I mean, sure. I guess we'll say that. He said he was taking a look at him and going through pregame.
Yeah.
And he was active, and so yeah, man. I mean, you could go there, but the other thing for him too,
I think that's just a contrarian spot captain wise, because everyone.
But his carries have dipped too, man. Like he's went from like almost 12, 13 rushing attempts for the year to over the last couple of weeks, man. He's dipped down to 9. So I do have a really good contrarian play, like just for the flex spot. We'll see how it ends up shaking, but I got a really good contrarian play just given the circumstances and situation. I think there's actually 2 really good contrarian plays.
I mean, there might be 3 depending on how we're thinking.
Yeah. So I got 3 thoughts at captain outside of Achane. I could see a world where Chris Boswell ends up being the MVP tonight. There's also a world where I think
that'd be the worst. That would suck.
I mean, it would suck, right? But like when you think about it, right? Like on a night like this,
that means definitely the game's under.
Right, but that's the thing. That's the thing, right? But that's the other part. Like I've been looking at, man, it's like the Dolphins have been putting up points. They've been putting up points the last few weeks. So like, there's a space where that exists. There's also a space where like I would think about the Pittsburgh defense, and then like there's got to be a running back. It's either a running back or a tight end. So maybe like a Freiermuth, maybe at MVP. So like if I'm going on the Pittsburgh side of things, I'm either going Boswell, Steelers defense, or like a Pat Freiermuth is where I'm going tonight. So I mean, we can see what that looks like since we got about 20 minutes. But I'd love to hear your thoughts, like in captain, while I get some of these flex positions situated.
I mean, call me crazy, but Gainwell.
Fair.
Kind of Gainwell. Very contrarian play. Reason for that is, I just think that if Warren, I'm sure is good to go.
Yeah.
The game was one of those running backs that gets a ton of volume, like receiving. So it's like it's not crazy to kind of put him there for the salary, and then we divvy up everything else from there. HN, obviously, I'm not gonna not say that,
Yeah, he's the overwhelming favorite.
Literally. But if we're talking about a game that might get a little bit, might get a bit more scory, we expect maybe a possible slight over. Like this could totally be in the realm. Like, I know 10-5 is a lot for a captain that we don't know what type of volume he's going to get, whatever, but it lets you get in all the weapons that you kind of, you kind of see, and you're okay. Like, so I get the big, if I get game one, the captain, I get Achane, Rodgers, Waddle. And then we fit in one of the kickers, you know what I'm saying? Like, not much left after that.
No.
How about we put in Waller at 44 is interesting. Calvin Austin 3,800 is interesting.
Yeah.
Or we can go with tight ends like Jonnu Smith because it's a revenge night for him.
Yeah. Trust me, I got my Jonnu fixed. I think also too. Call me crazy, but Caleb Johnson tonight, man, he might get a couple carries, man. Given the way this running back room is looking tonight, man. If Jaylen Warren is truly on the fritz like that, maybe this is it, man. Maybe our weekend.
I am gonna lose it if I see one deep shot touchdown from your boy.
Who? DK?
No, I don't need to see that. By the way, Valdez Scantling, bro.
Oh God, bro, jeez.
Valdez Scantling. Can you imagine that one? Like, homie just signed to the active roster and stuff, and all of a sudden, Rodgers hits him for a deep shot.
Oh my God!
I know I'm going Galaxy Brain. I don't care.
Yeah, you are. No, yeah, man. You were playing the role of me right now, and I'm like, oh well, yeah, that's I can see that. Like, no, stop. Oh man.
Oh man, yo. Yeah. But no, I mean, look, there's just ways you can definitely get a little different on this slate, even though it feels like a gross spot. But I think let's just call it safe and go HN captain, because there's just multiple ways you can get there. He's 12-8, but he's a good 12-8 in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm playing to win this one. Like I'm playing to win this one here tonight. I think Devon Achane is definitely, like, if you're playing, like, I'm advising you to play him at captain, like, for sure. I don't think there's any way, like, not play him.
You see that one?
Yeah, I did. That's crazy. That's crazy.
That is wild, yo.
Yeah, no, one of my other buddies, man, he was playing poker with Ronnie Artest. I know. I was like, or Meta World Peace. Excuse me.
I'm about to say, which version?
He's just like,
on our test or Meta World Peace.
No, he's like, he was just like super chill, man. I was like,
he was definitely Meta World Peace.
Yeah, I was like, damn, man. I was like, man, between him and Mike Tyson, boy, you don't know which version you get. You know what
I mean? Nope, not at all.
Oh,
no
man.
idea.
Yeah, I'm gonna build this one out, man, with Boswell tonight. I'm gonna be a little bit risky. I like it again. Like I'm being risky, but like I would tell everybody else, just play Devon Achane in that spot. I'm being a fan, and I'm being in a space that, like, I think too, like, this weather, I do think it plays a role in it. And I think, like, if that's the case, it is going to slow it down. And if not, then, like, guess what? I'm not splitting up top with 100 of my dearest friends on this slate. So I'm going to take, and I'm also going to take the Steelers defense here as well.
All right then.
Yep. That's what I'm doing. And then I will take Jalen Waddle, and then I will get into the run game here, because now I can go Jalen Warren if I want to now, right? I can go Jalen Warren, and then I can go. Actually, you know what, man? I think I could get Fryermuth there, and there's 2,300, but I'm gonna try Fryermuth at captain because I just got a feeling about him tonight, man. Fryermuth, Boz, Achan, Waddle, Warren, and then I can go Gainwell because I don't think we'll get a lot in the passing game, and it still leaves 500. That's what I'm gonna go with. That's what I'm gonna go with, man. I'm gonna go with Fryermuth. I'm gonna go with Fryermuth at the captain. Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's either Fryermuth or Boss, man. Maybe I don't go Gainwell, man. Maybe I go like the Pittsburgh defense because I do have a feeling that these guys tonight, because there's a couple other like crazy stats, man. Like you got the stat going against, and then I'll shut up and give you your time for your props. But there's the stat also too about Mike Tomlin on Monday Night Football. He's like 22-0 or some crazy shit. Then you got like the stat for the Dolphins, like in cold weather. Like
Dolphins have lost 13 straight.
Yeah.
And the temperature is 40 degrees or colder. And they're 2-11 against the spread. That includes the playoffs. Yeah. Shout out to ESPN for that research. The Dolphins are 4-11 against the spread in the last 15 as a road underdog. Steelers are 4-1 in their last 5 against losing teams. 4-2 against the spread this season. And then lastly, the Steelers are 0-3 outright against the spread in prime time this season, though. So, which one are you going to more, I guess?
Yeah, that's what I went with, man. That's what I went with. I went with Fryermuth at the captain is what I did. And like, again, man, like that's me not wanting to split this money with all of my friends up top, but like Fryermuth up top, Boswell, or the Steelers defense. Like those are my 3 preferred options. Again, like I know Devon Achane is like that's the play. And if not, man, it is what it is. Like I got it on the other end, man. I got a little parlay built. So we'll see how it goes.
Why don't you share that with the people too?
Oh shit, man! This is a Hail Mary parlay, man. I'll share this with y'all.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Right, straight up.
That's funny, yo. While you pull that up, pull up the overall game we just talked about. Dolphins Steelers. Loser pretty much out. No.
Yeah, it's playoff game pretty much.
In a way, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like already a playoff matchup in a way. Steelers wouldn't be out, but it would literally be a slugfest to the end between the Steelers and the Ravens if the Steelers lose tonight. But then, obviously, if Miami loses, they're done. It's over. I think Miami's highly aware about their struggles in the cold. And dare I say I go with them? I'm not too sure. What I will say is that this Steelers, we all know, your is it $1 billion defense or $1 billion man? $1 billion man defense or
don't even do that to me right now. Don't even.
But that being said, Pittsburgh they've only given up 6 scrimmage touchdowns to tailbacks this season, but surrendered the 8th most rush yards to running backs. So this is a matchup where you can run on the Steelers. Because Miami has also averaged 166 rush yards on average over the last 6 games. So that's something like I'm just keeping an eye on in general as you'll watch this game, especially because of overall now the weather is going to be factoring in. And Tua, again, he's been a guy that he just hasn't had to throw the ball a ton. And he probably won't do it tonight. Tua has attempted 23 or fewer passes in 4 consecutive games. Like, it's really weird what Miami's doing because it's just the opposite of what you normally see what they do. So it's just, again, like, have they changed the philosophy up, or will potentially if Pittsburgh gets out to a lead, will that obviously come out and change up things for them, even in the weather? So I'm not too confident about either squad here. I'm just going to look forward to enjoying the game. And I'll take the over, though. So I'll take the over in this spot. I hate Miami. I hate Pittsburgh. So no kidding. I don't hate Pittsburgh. But it's something where I do like. I don't have too much of a feel for this game. I'll take the over though because I do think that defenses are somewhat susceptible in this one, and we'll just see how it goes. As far as the props I got for y'all tonight, we got a little bit back from the prime time last night. Went 3-1. Justin Jefferson, man, just that's all I gotta say.
You ain't got to say it to me, man.
All I gotta say, bro.
Hurt my heart.
Yep. But to the prop shop we go. I got a good amount of them tonight for sure. First one I got for you is correlation. It's basically correlation. It's the same thing almost. Jalen Wright over 17.5 rush yards and Achane over 75.5 rush yards. Still expect Achane. There's you can go with the longest run if you want to, but I think Achane is someone that he's going to be a focal point in this matchup. Like I just talked about the trend on how they've been averaging 166 rush yards as a team. So I think both of those guys in the same vein. You could take both of them. You could take just Achane, just Wright, whatever. Wright's line just too low for what we've just seen from the previous week. And for some reason, Achane is not like so like there. Like maybe they spell him a little bit more. I think Jalen Wright definitely hits. But I think Achane can have one long run. And there it is. Your boy Rodgers over 210 pass yards. Miami still allows a ton of usage through the air for quarterbacks in terms of completion percentage. So I like where Rodgers will have to throw a little bit just to make sure things are balanced in Pittsburgh. I do think that Rodgers can definitely hit this line with relative ease. Jalen Waddle over 4.5 catches. Steelers allow second most receptions to boundary receivers. So that's where Waddle can definitely get his. I'm not sure about the yardage per se, but at least they'll be looking to target him. I know the Steelers' cornerbacks have been better over the last several weeks, though, so definitely keep that in mind. Kenneth Gainwell over 3.5 receptions. Talked about this earlier with Gainwell. It's like if you didn't know if you know this, Johnny, but Gainwell has had 24 targets over the last 4 games out the backfield. Gainwell.
Actually, I did notice that because I was trying to see if I could get an edge on Jalen Warren's reception prop. And I looked and I was like, Jalen Warren's had like 6 targets in the last 3 weeks. So I was like, I guess I better just leave that one alone then. Look like the books might have that one right.
Gainwell has had 6 or more receptions in 3 of the last 4 games.
Yeah.
So this feels pretty decent. Last but not least, Jonnu Smith, 2 catches for the revenge night against his former team. So definitely like that as well. It's okay. Oh, good Lord. February 2nd.
Yeah. I remember what my God, man.
No.
Woo, man.
Oh man. I remember that day. Because I was on punishment. I was on punishment at home, and I thought she could take away the Super Bowl away from me, but jokes was on her because I didn't care about it. But I snuck downstairs for the end.
Oh man, I had a house full of people, pre-kids, turned up to the maximum. Like called out of work the next day, you know what I mean?
Called out of work.
Hell yeah, I called out of work the next day.
It's funny.
Like actually, you know what's funny about that? Actually, is I called out, but I actually was sick in real life, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, we know you were." I was like, "No, I was actually like sick in real life, actually, in real life, or as the kids say, IRL."
IRL.
Yeah.
Oh man, good Lord. But yeah, Jonnu Smith for the revenge spot tonight because that just feels a bit too good. Everything kind of shapes up for that. What's the weather? It's still like under 30 degrees tonight, right, in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure there was some snowflakes, man. I don't have my TV on in here.
He got his TV on.
No, I don't have my TV on because I would. No, I would have just been. I would have been back and forth.
17 right now.
There has been some snow there for sure. Uh,
17 out here tonight. So yeah, it's gonna be a crispy, cold air tonight.
Yeah, Chris. As they say, that's good football weather. I got a couple, man.
Fingers all cold. Shoot.
I got a couple I'm throwing out, man. I just put them all together, man, just on a boost. Nothing like really overly crazy, but I got Tua for 180. I got the Boz for 2 field goals, Calvin Austin for 15, Darren Waller for 15, Darnell Washington for 15, Firemove for 15, Waddle for 50, and Rodgers for 190. So just all, small things, man, small things. So we'll see how it goes. A lot of positive things have to happen in that space. We'll see how it goes, man. We'll see.
Sure will.
Yeah,
we sure will, my friend.
But if not, man, I'm cool. I'm cool with how this week is shaking out, for sure. Other than taking the L to you, so go get you a jersey. Maybe our paths may cross again.
It's possible.
So we'll see. I need Kenny Gainwell to stay on ice tonight, man. Golly.
Wait, why?
Because, man, in your league, this is not me throwing shade. I want to make sure you understand. What? In your league, where the number one overall team.
Oh yeah, you got that last week of the season.
Yeah, like that's great. Yeah. Commissioner Goodell. That was shade. Yeah,
I love it.
And of course, I'm like, of course, like, the worst week ever for JT chasing JSN. Of course, the worst week ever for that. So, oh my God, man.
Hey, yo.
I can't. I'm like,
hey, I want you to survive. I want you to survive, by the way.
I'm like, jeez.
I want you to survive, by the way.
Yeah, no, I'm hoping I'm hoping Jalen Warren does the old Seth Rollins / Kevin Nash thing and comes out and carries it for 25 tonight, man. You know what I mean? Like, man. Yeah, no, man. No, like that was we were a little bit late to the draw on that, man. That was one of the things like we did talk about was just like getting the league together, you know what I mean? Just like with us and like, people we cool with like that, man, to make it meaningful like that, man. And yeah. But I mean, like everybody's got their own brand, right? Everybody's got their own brand for that stuff, man. And the Cookout League is dope, man. I love it. I love it. Like I think it's the one league like outside of like some of like the home leagues and stuff, man. Like that's one league like I definitely look forward to just because obviously all the guys and stuff, man. You know what I mean? But maybe something for next year, you know what I mean? So
hey.
The Fantasy Football Show League.
Hey, well, listener league, baby.
Yeah, let's do it.
Whatever you want to call it. Like, sure, Haywood would love to come join us. We can whoop his ass.
Oh my God, man. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh man. Oh man. These next 2 weeks, I can't even.
It's about to be over soon, yo.
Don't talk about it. I know, man. I know. I started
like to say our swan song for soon.
I know, bro. I know. Man, dude, I got like no. Yeah, dude, I got shit at the house, man. I got to do, man. Like I got like I got like I got the house because like I can't go from now to June and then turn it back around and then in August, man. Like I'll still be
no off season for you over there.
I'll watch some hoops and stuff, man. But like I can't fully commit to it like this football thing, man. Because
yeah, it's funny.
It's toe up, man, upside down.
All right, I'm going Valdez Scanlon.
What in your single game?
Yep.
Fair enough.
Theon was a little bit too pricey.
Yeah, fair enough.
If it wasn't too pricey. It's $3,200.
Yeah. All right, cool. All right. I'm about to get ready to be the one that's getting ready to sign us off tonight because I got to get ready to go watch.
Please do.
I got to get ready to go watch my boys handle business, man, in this playoff atmosphere tonight. Everybody that's out there, man, I hope everything happens for you the way that it's supposed to here on this Monday night. Like, for sure. You tuned in. God bless you. Thank you. And hopefully you make it to the semifinals. For me, your boy Johnny Main, for the homeboy, aka the tight end guard himself, Mr. Nick Wilcox, also beat me in a fantasy football league as well. I'll give you that. Good night. God bless. Thank you for coming out.
Peace.